And now I'm going to... I only have the 4, but that's okay. Let's go. Go where? Isn't that what you're here for? Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. Data you ripped. Well done, by the way. Tells me Hardin is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of the compound he hides in. Confront him? Right, it's perfect time. Sim Sleeper, the same Hardenhurst. Decades of records that mention it by name, an entire trail of documentation from the first days Solheim collapsed until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Havenage when it first broke off from the Union. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here running the station one day and the next Erland's Union took over. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs got higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station and water in their tanks. Every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in, desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them. Taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. Whole time Solheim was folding up, dragging into court cases in the central systems, while the severed limb of his station still desperately tried to take all it could. Riots came after the collapse at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory, took out a section of the rain. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified, and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. I brought the faction together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and welded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised crews trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. I see. Sealed it up, though, and by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoned every one of us to the black, apart from shits like Hardin. Shits who held their place, wrote it out, and slipped into their new structure. Fang rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Let's go. Let's go show this shit had some consequences. Web corridors lead through the complex, snatches of the construction bay appearing through windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal imposing. I've been very slow at eating the chips, but very fast at drinking. Okay. We're going into the works. Spot them at the same time, group walking slowly across. 2 men, 1 gesturing forward toward the ships. Stick thin, cleanly dressed with shock. Yeah. Gesturing to the work being done. Voice bounces and comes back in a ripping echo. The figure turns. Oh boy. Yes? and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. We were a traitor hardened Solheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. Stand for everything the eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erland stood for, everything Havenage stands for. No place on this station. Stillness descends on the group as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Well, good to meet you too, and he glances around him. You're from the systems branch, are you not? You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. Between Fang and Hardin, his hands drumming at his sides, Hardin leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. It's true. You are a product of SNR. You have no place in Havenage Shipyard. Who knows what signals you're sending back to your makers? I am Systems. Yes, right, I am Systems, and I have records that link you directly to Solheim right here. So once again, I'm asking you to take this man into custody of the shipyard. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for proper review? I have nothing to hide, unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyards with corporate property in tow, tries to turn my own men against me. Submit the data through the correct channels, then we can talk. For now, you must leave. Hands on boxy black items at their side. Oh, jeez. Fang picks up the pace you try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pockets and he takes it out on a slate. Starts drawing itself out, stretching to a set of points around the ring. Got him. What's that? That sleeper is something our worm added to Hardin's personal slate. We are tracking his outgoing messages. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough and they'll give the game away. Hardin's buddies, the ones he's messaging right now. We're gonna find them all. That was on purpose? Of course, Hardin isn't working alone. They're split for now, but this is exactly what we need. Son of the bitch! I'm about to need money. I am about to need money, so I think this is worth it. Ever since your trip to shipyard has been missing from the bay, what's going on? Son of a bitch. I think I'm gonna have to skip out on helping Mina for the day. I think that's just how it's gonna have to happen, unfortunately. Can I get some goddamn scrap? Jesus. Fuck. I think I've got a little bit of time. I've got enough time to make things work here. I guess, and I don't know. I don't really want to stop. I don't want to stop. I'm assuming it might be like... It might be a few bars, but... Yeah, I was thinking it was probably gonna be one. Which honestly, actually... Assuming that I'm doing engineering work every day, and can get some scrap, which yeah, maybe I should have been maintaining that scrap. Yeah, maybe that works.